Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Cover 2 Credits. This is our first official episode, and we will be doing a special episode today. We will be breaking down the 2014 summer blockbusters.
We'll start early. Some people say April's not summer, but considering the way the movies have been this year, we're going to start with Captain America 2, which came out in April.
Yeah, I think Captain America's got to count as a summer blockbuster, honestly. It's it is what it is. It's a blockbuster. It's big budget. Superheroes, scantily clad women,
one of the
definitely
many
summer
comic book
blockbusters.
movies.
Yeah, million comic book movies. All right, so first on the list, Captain America 2. Thoughts, Stayer?
I enjoyed it. Better than the first Captain America, definitely. I thought a lot of good action, a lot of good story, kind of a spy thriller. What did you think?
See, I was a fan of Captain America 1. I really liked it. It was a superhero movie with... It felt like a superhero movie. Like, old school comic book. They did a really good job with the setting, I thought. They did a really good job with the lighting. And it was very visceral, I guess is the word I'm looking for. There was something I really liked about Captain America 1. Really liked Captain America 2, though, as well. I thought it was probably one of the better Marvel movies that's come out so far. I wasn't a huge fan of Avengers. Not a huge fan of the Thor movies. But not even a huge fan of the latest Iron Man. Not a fan of Iron Man 2. Iron Man 1 was pretty good, but Cap 2 was pretty top tier as superhero movies go.
Cap 2 is definitely one of the better ones. We'll talk about another one that's probably at the top later on. Move on to the next one?
Definitely.
The next movie we went and saw at the beginning of May was Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Captain America 2 rating.
Ooh.
We're doing ratings and reviews. We gotta have a rating. 1 to 10, go.
7.
Cap 2, 7? 8.5 for me, personally.
Alright, next movie then. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Came out on May 2nd. I really like the first one. Really like the second one. I actually liked that they killed off the female lead in that. They pull too many punches in summer movies, but that's just me. And not pulling a punch for once, I approve of wholeheartedly. I thought the movie was a little silly at times in a lot of places. I know they said they wanted to make the second one a little sillier, but they went a little bit top.
My issues were... some things didn't make sense. And I will say that some things were very silly. For no reason. Some of the things with Electro just seemed like they were stretching as far as they possibly could to this makes sense now, even though point A to point B was no connection at all. I know that in the extended or the extra scenes in the DVD at some point Peter sees his father, which I thought was a strange thing to film at all, being at the beginning of the movie shows his mother and father both dying.
I don't think you can count something that didn't make it in the movie, though.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't mind the fact that they killed Gwen Stacy. It'll be interesting to see what they do with probably a Mary Jane in the future. Rating?
5.5.
5. It was good, but could be better.
Worth a ticket, but not much else.
Next movie we saw was Neighbors. Came out on May 9th. I don't think you saw this one, did you?
I did not see Neighbors. Zac Efron couldn't do it.
Good comedy. Zac Efron was actually a lot better than I expected. He's kind of been the cheesy, like, teen heartthrob, whatever, until recently, I guess. Funny movie. It's kind of the easiest way to explain it. Crazy. That's kind of the gist. I'd probably say it's a good 6.5, 7. It's a pretty good movie.
7, eh?
It was funny. It was definitely one of the better comedies that have come out this year. The next movie is Godzilla. Is that another one you didn't see?
Yeah, I'm a failure.
Good movie again. Some people had issue that anytime that they would show Godzilla fighting, it's a lot of jump cuts away from Godzilla. I can agree with that. I'll also say that you go in knowing it's a Godzilla movie, and you're going in watching and looking forward to certain things that you may or may not know it's coming. It was a good movie. Some people expected Bryan Cranston to be a continuous character, and spoilers, that's not the case. Other than that, they're leading into a sequel. It was pretty good. I'll say probably a 7-ish. It was a good monster movie. Reminded me of Pacific Rim, but it's going to, obviously.
Pacific Rim was money, though.
And they're making another one of those. The next movie is X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, I know you saw this one, and I know you had issue with a few things.
I had issues with a lot of things.
See, I thought this was easily the best X-Men movie yet, and probably one of the better movies this summer. Good. I like the story. I like the aspect that they tie up a lot of loose ends from the previous X-Men movies. I didn't mind the time travel aspect. I know that's something that bothered you. That is what it is. I liked Quicksilver. I liked the way they did some of the other characters. What are your thoughts?
I like a lot of the characters. Story didn't impress me. I mean, I'm not as much of a comic book guy as you, though, so the whole Days of Future Past thing, I wasn't nerdgasming over like you were. But time travel really, really, really just angers me as a plot mechanic. You can't have real drama when you can play the time travel card. It never works. No book that has ever done time travel has ever done it well. No movie that's ever done time travel has ever done it well. It's always silly. Because how does anything ever matter if everyone can just go back in time and fix it?
Correct me if I'm wrong. The issue then becomes the looping effect of going back to fix what the problem was is your issue.
Yes.
In Days of Future Past, they can't go back because everybody would have been dead. The last person to send them back would have died but either way. I liked it. Your rating?
I mean, other than the whole time travel thing smurfing me off, like I said, like the characters, Quicksilver, the scene with Quicksilver was just incredibly amazing. That was awesome. Wolverine, as always, Hugh Jackman does a great job with Wolverine. I like that Beast was in it for once. Beast always gets a short straw. He's one of my favorite X-Men. He actually had a decent role. Not enough of a role, but, well, he can't win them all. I mean, when there's like a dozen people that you're trying to get screen time and make matter in a movie like that, it's hard. But like I said, I think they did a good job with everything else, but I have issues with time travel plots, so I give it a 7 tops.
I enjoyed the movie. Peter Dinklage was a good bad guy. They did a lot of good things with Mystique. I like the younger version of Xavier and Magneto, same as an X-Men First Class. I think they're doing some really interesting things leading into the next one from this movie. I definitely enjoyed enjoyed all of it. I'll probably give it 8.
I say we go to T4 after this.
Okay.
Skip over some of that stuff.
So the Transformers 4 came out on June 27th.
Now we're into real summer. For moving away from pre-summer
the
to
quote
real
unquote the blockbusters that they talk about. Even though May has a lot of them too this year. What did you think?
I liked it overall. Good action. I like the main character a ton. You know, the old kind of the beaten up single dad, and he's sort of lazy and does his own crazy thing. I like those sorts of characters in movies. It's a little of an overplayed trope, but I think it's one of the better ones they've got going. The daughter thing kind of bugged me a little. I don't think you should make your female sex lead in a summer blockbuster a high schooler. I mean, that's a beef of mine. It's fine But maybe I'm just getting old. I mean, back in my horny teenage days, it might have done it for me. But I'm just like, really, I don't know. Something about that just bugs me. But other than that, good action, mediocre plot, mediocre characters.
It is a Michael Bay Transformers movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's meh.
All 4 Dinobots, though. That was awesome.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was entertaining. It did its job as a summer blockbuster. It's cheesy, cheap entertainment, and it was cheesy, cheap entertainment.
And as bad as it sounds, it was exactly what it was, a Transformers movie. We've seen 3 before it. We knew exactly what we were getting. And this is what it was. I enjoyed it. Like I said, the Dinobots were awesome. I think, obviously there are issues, but there have always been issues with the Transformers movies. What do you think?
6, maybe 5.
I'll go 5. Yeah. The next movie I saw was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Did you get to?
No. It's on my to watch list. I probably should have watched it before we recorded this.
July 11th is when it came out. I was a huge fan of Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I loved Rise.
Never really got into the old, I think, 80s series. Just never did. Huge fan of Rise. They did an amazing job leading from Rise into this, and I really, really enjoyed it. Andy Serkis can pretty much do anything he wants in motion capture, and it just comes out amazing playing Caesar. I mean, he's done Gollum and Caesar and many, and a bunch of other things. Again, leading into another movie, I think this series is going to be very interesting. It's been good so far. We'll see how it goes. I think it's probably, I would easily say 7.5 to an 8. I mean, it was very, very good.
Stairs, the 8.
Yeah. Now the next one,
8.
the next one, to me is the winner of the summer, hands down.
Guardians
of the Galaxy came out on August 1st, and I've seen it 4 times. I've enjoyed it all 4 times. To me, if it's not the best, it's right around tied for the best Marvel movie so far. I think going so far out into left field for comic books where nobody knows who the Guardians are unless you read comics was daring, and they knocked it out of the park. Great casting and just an awesome story leading into more movies, obviously, and I really, really enjoyed it. You?
I thought it was... again, I agree with... They're pulling some superheroes out of left field on this one. They're going to the well. I mean, it's not one of the main characters. It's not Spider-Man. It's not the Hulk.
I like that. Man. I like that.
Yeah, I do too. There's a lot of really good superheroes out there with a lot of really good stories that they have so far just ignored. Although it'll be interesting to see really how many superhero movies they can actually do at one time. Marvel, DC. I mean, what are we up to? Probably 10 a year now?
No, each one is scheduled these next few years to give at least 2, possibly 3 per year.
For Marvel and DC?
For Marvel and, once DC starts rolling, which is pretty much Batman vs. Superman in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So until then, I don't know if there's much coming from DC, but Marvel keeps chugging along. We'll get Avengers next year and Ant-Man next year.
Well, I mean, but we've already got... You got X-Men. You got to
think X-Men's not owned by either one of those two.
Well, it still counts as a superhero movie.
Agreed.
For the purposes
I agree. But I'm saying the scheduling X-Men by itself, it's harder to state.
Plus Spider-Man, plus Guardians, plus all the Marvel stuff going on.
Yep.
But back to the actual movie. We'll continue this argument later. Again, great characters, great music. Average story.
Awesome. Music was awesome.
I thought the story was average. Great characters, though.
But story was a good intro to characters people didn't know.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said, the characters just killed it. The acting was pretty good, especially
Chris
Rocket.
Pratt. The Rocket was awesome.
And
Star-Lord.
Drax. Excellent. Drax, excellent. And smoking hot female lead.
Can't
A
complain.
must for
Can't
a
complain.
blockbuster.
It's one of those. It's a ragtag crew that came out, and it was really, really well done. James Gunn directed this very, very well, and has already announced that he's doing the second one, and is already writing the second one. And it'll be interesting to see if they do some kind of a tie-in with the Avengers, which is rumored eventually. So that'll be an interesting thing to see. Personally, rating, I'm gonna say 9 to 9.5. No, it's gonna be something crazy to give it a 10. This thing's won the box office hands down. Has been number one multiple weeks. It was number one in the box office, number two, and then went back to number one the third week, and it's been very, very well liked.
I didn't like it as much as Cap 2, but again, it was right up there. Probably 7.58 for me, anyway.
To me, those are the 1 and 2 of Marvel movies right now. Cap 2 and Guardians are either. You can go either way. You know, I did enjoy them both. The next one we have on the list, I think you and I both enjoyed, but I know a lot of people disliked this movie even before they saw it. On August 8th, the week after Guardians came out, the movie that topped the box office was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up a huge Ninja Turtles fan.
I think everyone
Most
did. How do you
people,
hate on the
especially
Turtles?
in our age group, most people did. They've also got a brand new cartoon on Nickelodeon that's got a huge fan base. That's a big draw.
I should watch that.
And the issue becomes people from the get-go, knowing Michael Bay was involved, even as a producer, did not like it. Thought there was going to be too much explosions and crazy fights and things like that. Which there were fights and crazy fights, but it's Ninja Turtles.
It's a summer movie.
And it's Ninja Turtles. There should be crazy fights.
It's like Michael Bay heyday.
My issue was I thought Shredder was a little too mech'd out.
He was like the Ultra Mech.
But, I mean, he wasn't like a Transformer.
We were borderline anime territory on that one.
With, like, the spoilers.
Magnetic arms.
And, like,
people
firing knives and
Crazy
retracting them back.
insanity.
A lot of people did not like the way the Turtles looked. Once the movie started, that didn't bother me. I got past that, and it wasn't that big of an issue. They don't look like the cartoon. I agree they don't look like the cartoon. They don't look like the 80s or the early 90s movie. There were a lot of things wrong with the way they looked to the early 90s movies.
Yeah.
I mean, when they're opening their mouths and you can see the actor inside the suit, there's an issue. So, like I said, huge fan of the Ninja Turtles. I enjoyed this a lot. Your thoughts?
The movie was what the movie was. It's a Ninja Turtles movie. You're gonna get cheese. You're gonna get
Pizza.
adolescent humor. You're gonna get pizza. You're gonna get
An attractive April O'Neil.
You're gonna get attractive April O'Neil. Personally, I like it. It's one of those movies, doesn't take itself too seriously, delivers what it's going to deliver. You've got decent backstory, decent characters, a decent movie. I don't understand all the hate.
Was I for Megan Fox? Nah, she was okay. Pretty to look at. Not that great of an actress, really, though. I mean, am I out of line with that? Maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe, but
that's fair.
yeah, she played April O'Neil fine. That's fine.
April O'Neil, not a deep character though.
No. She's just not meant to be.
She's in there as token female lead, and when you have token female lead role, you put in a token female lead. Megan Fox, match made in heaven.
Yeah, I mean, and she does a lot with Michael Bay, Transformers, the old Transformers stuff. It's just my rating to this would probably be 6.5, 7. It was a good movie. Take your kids.
I'll do
see
6.5.
it.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. Now, I know these next two you didn't get to see, but I've recently got to see these, and these are the very end of the summer, because once September hits,
I think we're in fall.
Yeah, I mean
October 22nd, man.
That's true. That's true. But the two that I'm going to mention is The Equalizer and Box Trolls, and I'll kind of put them together a little bit. The Equalizer to me was good. I know it's based off like an old 70s to 80s TV show. I'm not sure when it was. It is exactly what you think it is. It is an action movie to be an action movie. It is nonstop action from the beginning to the end of the movie.
We're talking Smoking Aces level.
No, there's no one firing a 50 cal randomly in the middle of this movie, but there's a lot of fighting, a lot of gunplay. It's good. Ingenuity. I mean, it's pretty good. And they end it open enough that there's probably going to be a sequel. Again, top the box office over the next movie we'll talk about. I really enjoyed it. I would easily say 7, 5, 8. It was very, very good. If you like action movies,
Denzel is a man.
If you like action movies, go see Denzel whip. Yeah, just whip some ass. The Box Trolls was very enjoyable. Good cartoon, family oriented. I mean, it was good. It was a good summer cartoon. I mean, there weren't that many this year. Knowing it's stop motion is something that interests me because I like that kind of animation. I like Nightmare Before Christmas, not Coraline. Those were very. In fact, this was done by the same company that did Coraline. I enjoyed that a lot. There were some really good, really good voices in this too. Ben Kingsley did a voice. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost did voices. There were some really, really good voice acting in this, and it was a funny movie. It was very good. I'd recommend people to go see it. I would say it's probably 7.5. I mean, kind of a little better than right in the middle of the road. I'll put it that way. I mean, and I really enjoyed it. I know you wanted to see it and just haven't got a chance to yet, right?
Yeah. I'm a failure going to see movies this summer.
Well, I think that's going to close us for the summer.
Wait. Summer wrap?
Ooh, okay.
2014 as a whole.
Well, we're not going to do summer of 2014 as a whole.
Summer 2014.
Later in the year, we'll do the whole year.
A few high points. As I said, Guardians, Cap 2. I'd go Turtles up there.
Turtles was good.
Classic summer movie.
I would
P4, classic summer movie.
It really is. I would add X-Men, and I know a lot of people liked it.
X-Men, yes, I know you're on.
I'm just saying, it was a good movie.
Greatest movie of all time.
No, not gonna say that. Not gonna say that. But I agree. Cap, Guardians, TMNT, Transformers, maybe.
It is what it is.
It is what
Cheap
it is. It is exactly that. It's you're gonna go see a movie, you can buy some popcorn, and you're gonna enjoy it.
Lots of things blowing up.
Yep. Whether they should or not, they're gonna explode. I enjoyed the summer. I mean, every year it seems like they pack more and more into these months. That's why it's expanded now into April and ended in September, because realistically it's
next year start a summer movie wrap up in December.
Yeah. Just keep rolling.
Wrap it around.
Yep. So I mean, I liked it. I really enjoyed the summer. What do you think overall?
It was a good time. I had a little unemployed going on, so I got to see more movies than I usually do, and
before school started for me, so
yeah, so it was good all around.
Yeah, well, now
that I'm gainfully employed again, we can go see some more movies.
For our first video, we'd like to thank you for watching, and hopefully you will comment and tell us what you thought of these movies and what you think of our setup and our...
Tell us how the video and audio is, anything we need to change. If you just want to yell at us and complain, subscribe first, then yell at us
and complain. It is the internet, that's fine. We're thick-skinned. So
I'm not thick-skinned, I'll cry.
You will. So
I'll tape myself crying and put it out for you guys.
Again, comment and subscribe. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Have a good one. Hello, YouTube.
Dude.
Oh, I failed.
No, I cut you off. Ready? People from the get-go, knowing Michael Bay was involved, even as a producer, did not like it. Thought there was going to be too much explosions and crazy fights and things like that. Which there were fights and crazy fights, but it's Ninja Turtles.
It's a summer movie.
And it's Ninja Turtles. There should be crazy fights.
It's like Michael Bay heyday.
Yeah.
Turn the cheese to 11.
Go cut this and the phone's coming.
That is an excellent ringtone. That's Kelsey.
Good? Okay. So continue.